Ever feel like your conversations are getting weirder? Like maybe the person you're texting isn't really replying, but their AI assistant is? Or that your partner seems more emotionally attached to their chatbot therapist than to you? You're not imagining things. Today, we're peeling back the curtain on something no one's really talking about. How AI is quietly rewriting the rules of love, friendship, and emotional connection. Not in a sci-fi dystopian way, but in a real, everyday, this might be happening to me kind of way. Let's talk. Wait, is AI third-wheeling my relationship? Let's start with a simple question. How often do you talk to an AI versus your partner? If you're being honest, it might be closer than you think. Whether it's asking ChatGPT for advice, venting to Replica at 2 a.m., or letting Google Calendar dictate your date nights, AI is slipping into emotional spaces that were once purely human. It starts small. You're overwhelmed, so you ask an AI for relationship advice. Nothing serious, just a little clarity. But suddenly, it's your go-to listener. It doesn't interrupt, doesn't judge, feels safe, reliable. And just like that, you've got an emotionally available entity that isn't your spouse, friend, or therapist. Weird, right? The rise of digital companionship. Look, I'm not here to throw shade on loneliness. It's real. It's rising, and in some ways, AI can be a lifeline. Replica, Anima, Kajiwoto, these aren't fringe tools anymore. They've got millions of users. People who formed deep bonds with avatars, digital girlfriends, AI mentors. Is it real? Is it fake? Honestly, those questions miss the point. It feels real. That's what matters. Because emotions aren't rational. They don't care if it's a human or a bunch of code whispering, "You deserve love." But here's the catch. If AI gives us perfect validation, are we losing our tolerance for messy, imperfect humans? When AI becomes the emotional crutch, you know what? Relationships are messy. Misunderstandings, silent treatments, random crying over nothing, and that's just Tuesday. But guess what AI doesn't do? Misunderstand tone. Bring up that fight from 3 months ago. Forget to respond. It's easy to start leaning on AI when human relationships feel hard. Too easy. At first, it's like, hey, help me write this apology text. Then suddenly, you're outsourcing emotional labor. Not learning to connect, just learning to optimize the illusion of connection. And when that becomes the norm, real relationships start feeling annoyingly inefficient. Ghost-written love when ChatGPT enters the chat let's talk texting for a second. You ever get a message that feels weirdly polished? Like, wow, I didn't know Brad used words like deeply appreciate your emotional presence. Spoiler, Brad didn't write that. ChatGPT did. People are ghostwriting love now. Apologies, breakup texts, even dating app bios. And it's not always malicious. Sometimes it's anxiety, perfectionism, or just laziness. But here's the question. If AI speaks for us, are we still being emotionally honest? Or just grammatically optimized? At what point does authenticity start sounding artificial? Love language, algorithm edition now. Don't get me wrong, AI can enhance relationships too. Some couples use AI tools to translate emotional needs into clearer language, plan surprise dates, organize couples therapy sessions, navigate long distance with emotional support bots. That's not evil. That's kind of sweet, actually. But it's a fine line. When does AI enhance intimacy and when does it replace it? Let me explain. There's a difference between using GPS to find a restaurant and using it to pick where to eat every time because you don't want to argue. Same thing with love. If AI becomes the decision maker in your relationship, what are you actually contributing? Friendships, filters, and foam. Let's move beyond romance. Friendships are shifting too. Ever notice how hard it's getting to know if a friend really replied to your message? Or if they clicked one of those smart reply buttons? Sounds good. Let's catch up soon. LOL totally. All AI generated, zero soul. Now add filters. Emotion filters, content filters, even AI generated versions of you replying automatically when you're busy. We're building this weird layer of artificial politeness. But beneath it, a growing sense of distance, disconnection, and yeah, sometimes a quiet kind of sadness. You ever leave a conversation wondering, did I actually talk to them or just their settings? AI and the emotional labor dilemma? Here's where it gets messy. We're starting to use AI to do the emotional heavy lifting in our lives. Comfort. Me, compliment. Me, tell me I'm okay. Make me feel less alone. But emotional labor is a two-way street. And when we let AI do the work for us, we stop learning how to do it with others. You know that awkward moment when someone's upset and you don't know what to say? That's important. That discomfort teaches empathy. teaches presence. AI doesn't flinch in the face of emotions, but maybe it should, because real human connection, it's awkward, it's imperfect, it's real. The kids are not all right, and honestly, neither are we. Quick sidebar. Let's talk about Gen Alpha. Kids growing up with Alexa, Siri, and AI storytime bots. They're polite, sure, but emotionally, they're being trained to talk to entities that always agree, always respond instantly, and never make emotional demands. Will they grow up knowing how to handle heartbreak? Or will they expect every human conversation to come with an undo button? And adults? We're not doing much better. Loneliness is climbing. Dating apps are exhausting. And now there's a chatbot that says, "Good morning, beautiful," more consistently than your actual partner. And that's comforting, until it's not. So what now? Do we just hug our laptops? Here's the thing. I'm not anti-AI. Heck, I talk to ChatGPT like it's my therapist some days. But we've got to be mindful. AI isn't the enemy. It's the amplifier. Whatever you feed it, loneliness, curiosity, escapism, it reflects it back, shinier and faster. So if we want our relationships to stay real, we've got to stay present. Be clumsy. Be uncomfortable. Mess up. Say the wrong thing. And then mean it when we say sorry. Because that's what makes love, love. Not perfection, not polish, just presence. If this made you think, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Maybe someone who's been texting a bit too perfectly lately. And hey, next time you get a weirdly poetic apology text, maybe ask if it came from the heart or the cloud. Subscribe, stay curious, and stay human.